Hey, what is up, guys? We are back for episode 3 of Tiger King Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. I am Surge. This is Corey.
Hi.
Carissa. How have you been enjoying this?
Oh, I've been looking forward to this all week.
Same.
Resuming the episodes.
We haven't been able to really binge like I'm sure most of you have been able to because, take some time to set up lights and the camera and the audio and then having a discussion each time slows down the process a little bit. But I kind of like it. Now we're in this big Tiger King funk that we're going to be in it for probably until next week when we're finished with it.
I know. I feel like soon enough we will be binging it though.
Yeah. It's getting awfully spoilery talking to anybody about
I know.
Because they've immediately seen the whole thing.
I know, and all the memes are gold, but I'm trying to avert my eyes so it doesn't ruin anything for myself.
I've just seen Redneck Game of Thrones and all the COVID memes with what's his name? Joe Exotic.
He's just America's sweetheart right now.
He is. Everyone's Team Joe. Everyone's hashtag Team Joe. What are you? You said you still don't know enough?
No, I mean, of course, Joe is more entertaining, but Carol is she's playing the nice girl card, but I don't trust her. But.
And then what's his Carol's fourth husband, presumably? I'm pretty sure it's a dude she's fucking. She was...
It is.
Yeah. Because remember you were like, there's some chemistry going on there.
Yeah.
And then he'd sent me a picture, and it's not a picture from this documentary, so I wonder if I should show you.
No.
He says,
no.
Okay. It's not even from the documentary, though.
Let's just watch it. I do know that there have been some lawsuits because of this documentary, but
really?
I haven't read any further.
Yeah. There's some funny news about it. I've just seen the headlines. I've not clicked into it. Well, guys, before we start, this is not a market substitute for the Tiger King. Support the official release on the Netflix.
Yep.
And support us on Patreon. You can check out the uncuts of these reactions or early access to this and several other of our shows. Help support us. And if you can't, that's understandable. Hit the like button and subscribe. Support us in other ways. We've been tinkering with a few ideas with this show. I don't know what you've seen yet, or if anything's been shot.
Stop
I can't help it.
Quiet. He's terrible at secrets.
But
stop.
Okay.
Just stop. We're gonna watch.
And this episode is called
The Secret.
The Secret.
He's terrible.
No.
I'm starting it.
Just teasing it up.
No. Oh, it's good. Okay.
I'm excited.
I got it. Okay, fine.
I'm the keeper of the remote.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
What a story. It's so wild it must not be true.
Yeah.
That's the first thing people think. Oh, come on. That can't be true.
When we go to Myrtle Beach next, I'm going to the safari to meet this dude.
Well, it all starts, Carol Baskin, who was
Carol Baskin.
was married to Don Lewis.
Yeah, I want to hear the scoop.
But I did see Don Lewis about maybe a month or so before he disappeared.
You would have to write books, volumes of the stuff that went wrong there, the lies that are there. There's a lot of stories about Carol having some finger in it, but nobody kept.
Oh my God, she's scary.
Look at that face.
She looks familiar too.
She does have a very recognizable face.
Yeah.
He told me that he was done, that he was divorcing her.
Oh.
She was one of the worst people he'd ever met in his life, and she was very dangerous.
He indicated to me that he was going to tell Carol that he wanted a divorce. Never saw him again.
What?
How is this? Oh, I guess we'll find out, but...
I was a supervisor in
How did this get swept under the radar?
Yeah.
He was 22 years my senior, so he was 42.
Oh, goodness. 42.
You have to understand that Don Lewis was married with kids, but apparently he was coming down, I think it was Nebraska. And late one night he seen this young girl walking down the street crying, and Don Lewis stopped to see if he could help her.
I know, I'm like...
Been in a fight with my first husband.
It's cool. I like how they just reshot, wonder what went into reenacting
had
that.
a gun sitting on and he said, "You can hold this gun on me, I just need somebody to talk to." So I picked up the gun, held it on him, we drove around town and he talked.
What? I mean, that sounds hot.
His wife and
Sounds like a
kids.
hot, sexy
He
night.
was in a younger blonde.
Someone picks you up and tells you to hold them at gunpoint. That's a first date. That's a hell of a first date.
That he had met her.
It's like Sexy Stranger on steroids.
But I'm gonna say Don Lewis was probably worth 20 million, maybe a little more.
I think it was closer to $7 to $7.5 million is what he was worth.
Jesus,
That's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I know at least 5 million, if not 10 million.
Well, dude was a millionaire.
Yeah, but he probably has it hidden, buried in the ground, different places.
Had money, Carol pretty much had nothing. He had something she didn't.
They're painting a pretty ugly picture of Carol.
Parents.
So was he into tigers first, or was she?
Feels like it'd be her. She's quite obsessed. Jesus Christ! Why would you?
Cat's real good out here, though. He just don't like people.
So I'm just gonna keep standing right next to him.
Yeah, like,
Going to the
Ostrich.
animal auction.
It's not an ostrich.
just kidding. What was it?
We started
I don't
in
know, it was weird.
1992 with the purchase of a bobcat who was going to be killed by taxidermists at an auction. The following year, we bought 56 bobcats and lynx from a fur farm. The next year, 28 bobcats and lynx. The following year, 22 more bobcats and lynx. They were killing.
What were you
bobcats and
doing?
lynx.
Like
Yeah.
with them? Like were you just raising them?
Just
there?
having them there.
Wildlife on Easy Street. Guests tour the sanctuary, take tons of pictures, and even help feed the cats.
When they started
Wow.
wildlife on
This shit could not exist in this day and age. This was something that happened in like the
No,
90s.
no, this exists. It still exists. But how? Again, how is that different than what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean that's how she started out.
For $1,000 to buy animals to fill your so-called sanctuary. You still have them there at your facility. You're still tagging them as rescues, and you're still frauding the public.
Fucking big dick energy.
I believe that I sold Don and Carol Lewis our very first tiger in
Dennis Hill.
1995.
Wear a helmet.
He's good. Just when they pulled him out, bringing him right back in.
She'd call me up and ask about raising baby animals, said she was going to do a how-to video.
They have to be taken this young from the mother in order to make good quality pets from them. A lot of people don't believe this.
Don and I had differing feelings about conservation and breeding. He loved cubs. He loved breeding cats. He would go down to Costa Rica once a month, and every time he was in Costa Rica, I'd have the vet out here and I would neuter and spay as many cats as fast as I could.
That is when we learned that they weren't getting along real good. He also had a girlfriend in Costa Rica.
The plot thickens.
So I think one of their main problems was she couldn't be the only one in his life.
That was an interesting
I think
footnote.
she
Also, he had a girl in Costa Rica. Like that's a kind of a
She
big
thought she was
thing.
She would have lost the cats. She would have lost everything.
She
down
did
to
it. She
the house
fucking
and
did
the
it.
car.
Oh, I
Would
mean,
have
that's
been
just
a devastating
obvious.
blow.
That's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
I wish there was some way out for me. I'd say she found a way out. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He'd given me a copy of the restraining order that he had filed for.
What?
Oh.
Second time Carol has gotten angry enough to threaten to kill me.
He wrote that.
Carol and I got into a big fuss and she ordered me out of the house or she would kill me. She has a .45 revolver and she took my .357 and hid it.
Oh my God.
How was this not?
She took his fucking Rick Grimes revolver.
Never really involved the law in anything.
Wow.
It was just something that he resisted.
Well, yeah, you're hiding a bunch of
For
money.
him to go down there and write that out and present it before a judge was major. In my eyes.
So he presented that to a judge. How did she not get arrested?
I don't know.
Like, how did she not get arrested?
They denied it.
It doesn't show stalking, it doesn't show battery, it doesn't show anything. It shows a verbal argument. And that's not
Okay.
enough to get an injunction.
Okay.
I guess, but it's at least creating a trail. Look at that tie.
He's about to go to a little kid's birthday party.
Yeah, like
As a clown.
Nope. It's free speech. It's free speech. We don't restrain
Wow.
free speech in this country. We punish it after it's done.
I'm sure in the judge's mind
Yeah,
it was hearsay.
that's true.
But
Seriously.
that happened in
Yeah,
June.
I could go and be like, I'm gonna kill all of you. But I don't know, that's still threatening. That's still threatening to murder in the first degree. I feel like that is still...
I don't think that's a charge.
Like, if I went down to the Kroger right now and said, I'm going to kill everybody here or blow up a bomb, I'd be tackled down and arrested immediately.
Well, the bomb thing's different, but let's watch. We'll talk about it at the end. He talks too much.
His wife, Carol Lewis, said he was planning to transport cars to Costa Rica.
He said to be sure and get the Costa Rica truck ready because he was leaving early in the morning from Miami. And that was the last thing that he said to me. The last thing he said to me was that he needed me to have Kenny get a truck ready because he was going early, he said, the next day to Costa Rica. And that's the last I saw of him. So I just don't know.
She doesn't seem too broken up when she's talking about it.
Yeah. Granted, they were having problems anyway, but still.
I never got to see him again after that. That was the last thing that Don Lewis ever said to me. Was if I can pull this off, it will be the slickest thing I ever did in my life.
Now they've inserted the question mark.
I finally got a hold of Carol. And she says, do you think I should call the police? And I said, do you think?
We know what side she's on.
Jack Don Lewis was last seen on August the 18th. He was reported missing on the 19th by his wife at about 1:30 in the afternoon.
He's in on it. Did
What?
you see that table? It's a lion. Did you see the lion table?
No, I didn't see it. He's part of the fucking
Oh, okay.
family.
Finally, they say 40 acres.
40 fucking acres? Yeah, he could have been eaten by fucking alligators. He could have fed him to the crocodiles.
And after 3 or 4 days, we found his van abandoned at an airport.
With the keys still in it, his briefcase in it, but no Don Lewis.
That's weird. That's fucking weird. Like, it was placed there. Like she placed it there, had it placed there afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave the keys just on the seat.
Yeah.
There was no record of any takeoff of an airplane. There was no flight filed. Nothing.
He was flying illegally, so no, he wasn't reporting. He would go down over the Gulf of Mexico, down underneath the level where radar picks you up.
Damn, this dude was a fucking
My understanding was
fucking, what do you call the Top Gun pilot Tom Cruise was?
Maverick.
He's a maverick.
Maybe he doesn't know who he is. Maybe he doesn't know where to call home.
That's all bull. She spent, I'm sure, a lot of time setting the stage for the dementia and the forgetfulness.
Wow.
Allegedly written by Carol. She was feeling boxed in by Don's notorious cheating.
I mean,
It's no use to leave him. I wish
he was a
there
ladies'
some way
man.
out for me.
What? Did he do this? That's not her. It's a lookalike.
Is he a priest?
Oh, here, kitty, kitty.
Just bring it up. The music video, Dear Kitty Kitty.
Oh my God.
Look-alike Carol walking along.
It really does
That
look
looks
like him.
exactly like her. Look at the head on the platter.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna be singing this all week.
Here, kitty, kitty.
His own kids demanded that they DNA test the meat grinder. Sheriff's
Oh.
office wouldn't do it.
Ugh.
I know, gross.
He had a meat grinder. If you've ever seen a Butcher Boy meat grinder, it's about that big around. And that became like this wholly exciting thing. I couldn't run his hands through the grinder, much less on his body.
It's funny talking about death that I'm accused of doing.
I know. Her reaction, if someone accused me of murdering my husband that went missing.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. If it was...
I'd be super upset. Anyone would think I could do that.
And dig up that septic tank.
Granted, she's probably dealt with it and she's having a laugh about it, but...
Carol, it's a voice from your Get the fuck out from under this septic tank.
Oh my God. Joe's fucking great.
Where is the caveman?
Damn, this is a whole new mystery that we'll never know the answer to now.
There is a God.
No.
Her name is Karma. She has a sixth sense of humor.
That's right. Is this documentary that karma?
I hope, if we find out.
Carol's mother was a member of the sheriff's department.
They're really setting this up. Whoa, brown-haired Carol.
I never really knew my brother because, gosh, by the time I was 15, he would have been, what, 9.
How do you not know your brother?
Yeah, what?
So we never had much of a relationship.
Okay.
It's funny.
She ran away when she was 15.
I have 8 brothers and sisters, and I think I know them pretty well. We are quite
And some of
far
them-
apart in age.
Yeah, and some of them
you know?
you've only seen of like a handful of times, right?
Well, just the one, but
Drive
the others.
to a nearby store named Albertsons to pick up some milk byproducts for the cat.
What is a milk
Her
byproduct?
car broke down, and
Tit
Carol
butter.
ran into her brother, who was accompanied by another deputy. Carol indicated the last time that she saw her husband was just several hours later, and he was never seen again.
Her brother
So the brother that she has no relationship with, she just happens
upon him.
I got a phone call stating that the office alarm had gone off and Carol was there. Her and Kenny Farr had cut the locks on the gate, cut the locks on the office.
What?
There were 2 wills and there were 2 power of attorneys in my office, and they were all taken out of the office that day.
What?
But like,
Oh
don't you
my
make copies of
God.
that?
Who was the power of attorney on the new documents Carol produced?
Not me.
Oh.
That new power of attorney gave her control over the estate.
First sentence upon my disappearance.
Isn't it
What?
power of attorney says upon my disappearance?
What?
Is that normal verbiage?
I have, in 37 years, never seen it say, or disappearance.
Oh, come on. This is just.
In fact, I mean,
She fucking killed him.
who anticipates, everybody anticipates your death, but who in the world anticipates
That's it. She did it. It's for sure now.
A judge has just declared Lewis dead since he's been missing 5 years, but Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies say they will keep the case open until they have proof.
Wow. Wow.
I feel the one that would benefit the most from something happening to my father is Carol. She knows.
Gladys looks like she's gonna kill somebody.
And what about the money in the end?
If I had to say it, probably 10%.
Guess he still got some, but that's terrible.
Inherited only 10% of his
Wow,
estate.
he was worth so much. Carol took 90.
And where did the rest go?
Carol.
That bitch, Carol.
Dude,
Oh my
so
gosh.
fucking straight up. This is turned the whole thing on its head, man.
The ownership of money and property comes from doing things in a certain way.
What?
Those who do things in a certain way
Look at the fucking flower head, first of all. Look at that glamorous.
accidentally get rich.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh.
My number one goal in life is going to be to make this woman happy.
Oh god. That's some kinky roleplay in there, I guess.
I would like closure.
And what about justice?
That would be nice, but I've never been a greedy person.
Just closure, yeah, I feel you.
We all feel.
No one's gonna know what actually happened to Don.
There's nothing that I really want to say to any of these people, because they see me as a threat to their livelihood and to their ego. And there's nothing I'm going to say or do that's going to change that.
There is absolutely no physical evidence at this point in time that would point at one particular individual.
Inside Edition came to talk to us. That's when we got the thing from Carol to stop. And if you continue talking, I will take everything away from you and
She
your
said that to them?
family.
Wow.
But you're speaking out now. You're speaking out now.
Oh, that's such a creepy. Joe! Joe!
Taking Carol on.
Team Joe.
Wow.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, it's gonna end. That was good.
Oh.
That was good. Bro, it just
So many thoughts.
it just keeps getting more and more intriguing. God, I just want to watch the
Okay,
next
so
one.
I know. Unfortunately, you have other tasks you must complete. Okay, so how, if he had a will, how do you produce a new will
I don't know, cause don't
after
you
they have disappeared?
don't you go to like a bank and like get the will not notarized, but like isn't it saved by someone more official than just like that Ann lady? You know what I mean? Like you'd think he would have had the will in a more secure place than just like 2 copies at his office. Or
well, he had it at the office.
And at her desk.
At her
his
desk.
and his
because she
own.
was the executor of the will. And she was the power of attorney. So that's what I'm saying is how does that work? And then how do you take the word of someone after someone has disappeared that, oh wait, just kidding, before he disappeared, we came up with this. And I do believe that you have to get it notarized.
I just wonder, like, how was none of that suspicion enough for the cops to investigate her? Like, they even said, yeah, we heard stories, but sometimes you can't pursue within the confines of the law what you think might be obvious. But to me, that's just like they broke the locks on the office. That she kind of trespassed. I know it wasn't.
It's not trespassing because it's technically
her husband's.
Yeah.
Really? So if we were married and you like broke into the Normie studio, you couldn't. You're not trespassing.
No. What's yours is mine.
Well, that's why.
No, but I'm serious. Like that's what I think it is. So she was able to do that. I mean,
90%.
There's so much.
Okay,
there's so much.
First off, I'm taking it back. Very sorry that she got abused when she was younger, and she was, she was raped, and her family didn't treat it properly, and was actually even victim blaming her. So I feel sorry that happened. Maybe that shaped who she's become today.
Oh, whoa!
Like, I mean, like the trauma from it, and her family not. What? That's a reasonable thing to say. Her family not being there for her and like nurturing her, and then she ran away when she was 15. Like, this domino effect. Then she became this fucking murderer person. Like, because you want to feel sorry for her on one hand that happened, and I do. Maybe the two are unrelated, but I'm just saying, like, it's just a possibility that because she was not treated well as a kid, that she was able to do all these kind of malicious things that they're kind of.
There are people. Oh, this is. Oh.
No, talk. Oh, right back, babe.
This is such a big topic. We're gonna get into this. There are so many people who have been raped and abused, and they don't grow up and end up murdering or killing someone. Okay. I understand the psychology behind it of having like a traumatic experience and not having family support growing up. Yes, that definitely influences your I'm getting too nerdy in this. It influences your attachment with other folks. It influences all the relationships you're going to have in later life. But you decide, it's something inherent within you if you're going to murder someone. You know what I mean?
True. I just think that maybe she felt like she was so wronged in life that at that point the decision was like easier to make for her.
Well, there were a lot of issues. I'm sorry.
He was cheating on her too.
He was cheating on her? No.
Like openly.
There are a lot of
knew.
issues, a lot of
people
things
were just
that,
like nonchalantly mentioning it. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of things that are very worrisome before the whole murder thing. He was 22 years older than her. I think that's weird. I know some people say age is nothing but a number. My parents were further apart in age, but I just it's just like a little weird.
She was 20. She was 20, and that was 5 years after she had run away from home, and already had dealt with her first husband. And she went from one relationship to another, and so did he. I guess they were both like they met out of like kind of getting out of relationships with their current partners, right? Did I hear that correctly?
I want to psychoanalyze the crap out of this.
Do it.
No, I can't. I'm not allowed to.
You're not allowed to.
I'm legally not allowed. No, I cannot.
Conjecture of what you think.
No, I actually can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why, like, certain psychiatrists cannot comment on 45's ridiculousness, and they cannot diagnose him with anything. I cannot diagnose anyone with anything based off of just what I'm seeing. I'd have to meet with that person individually, but there's just so many things from her background, from the whole situation that's coming up for me like, oh, that's interesting. It would be interesting to have a one-on-one conversation with her.
I mean, I could point out some things you mentioned, like her not seeming to have much remorse. I know that there was talks of divorce and everything too.
How do you not have a memorial?
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. And the threat, she straight up threatened the kids and the ex-wife, Gladys. And like she was.
I'm curious.
10%.
I'm curious what their daughter thinks.
Whose daughter?
Their daughter.
Carol and
Don. They showed her like once.
Really? She wasn't there talking?
No, they showed her. She's like was in a volunteer shirt at the Big Cat Rescue. She has like curly brown hair, but they showed her talking. So I don't know. I'd be very curious. That'd be hard for everybody to be accusing your mom of murdering your dad.
Yeah, this whole episode really framed it in that bad light. But there were some things like what's like Don saying, "If I can pull this off, it'll be the slickest thing ever." I don't know what he means by that. Maybe he stopped by other runways and fueled up. Maybe he's got the fuck out of Dodge.
But then how would he have access to all his money? So you have to think about it.
And the will was changed.
The will is weird. The disappearance in the first line.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh my God. Can we give a shout out to the music video? Kitty. Here, Kitty. That's a real music video? Like if I YouTube that? Should I YouTube it?
I have to give un aplauso to Joe. He's got some good lyrics. He's very creative.
That was a very high budget looking music video. Like
it was
that.
Great.
That looked like a music video you see released like these days by a major artist. I'm just gonna look up Here Kitty on YouTube, and I want to know if it's this.
Oh
real.
my gosh! Let's see how many
there
views
it is. Look
it
at that.
has.
It's like the first thing.
It's the first one.
4 years ago, Joe Exotic TV, 1.8 million views. Oh my God.
I also have to applaud him. It looks just
Who did he find that looks exact? Is that just her? It's just her.
She's in on it.
Somehow she.
Oh my gosh. I love it that he's got the flower crown.
Yeah. Dude.
She got money in her hand.
Dude, this is actually good.
That's what I'm saying. He's got good lyrics.
Joe, okay, the fact that he did this to try to maybe raise awareness of the whole thing too, he's a good, I see him as a good dude. You know what I mean?
It's also in his like tirade against her, capital P, petty. That is so petty. But I love it. Hold on, wait, turn it up. I want to hear the lyrics.
That bitch Carol Baskin. Oh my God. First of all, that slab of meat looks so good. I would eat that. I would eat the fuck out of that. Chelsea, if you want to insert some clips from the music video here, you can. Just download it here, Kitty off YouTube.
Oh my God.
Mama made this for you. Dude, this is so good. This is so good. I don't see the whole thing, but...
Whoa.
What was that?
That's at the end. I highly recommend you watch this.
There's only 3 scenes in here, really. It's like him like stalking her at the car, and then him just singing while she's feeding body parts to the cats. Mama made this for you. Dude, she looks like...
She looks identical.
Director Joe Exotic, camera... Who?
Actress Bobby Cooper. I love it.
Wow. Damn, that's a good production right there.
I'm impressed.
Oh my God,
I'm glad that they included. I'm glad that they included that in this episode to balance out all the horrendous.
Yeah, it was very serious. And then this Joe Exotic, man. The more I watch this, the more I feel like Joe's a good dude, and I feel bad for what's about to happen and what's about to come to fruition now.
I know.
What was revealed at the beginning.
But I'm so looking forward to it. I want more music videos.
Something tells me there's gonna be a season 2. Something tells me Joe Exotic's gonna get out of prison, and there's gonna be a season 2 somehow. It just feels like the whole world loves him.
I've seen some things just that people want to sue based off of how they were portrayed in the documentary, but we can maybe after we go through the entire thing, then we can.
Would it be a spoiler to reveal who?
No.
Who's trying to sue? Okay. Well, shit, gang. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else we glossed over here? The whole episode was pretty much about the case and her brother being like part of the sheriff's department. Her not having a relationship with her brother, even though he was 9 when you ran away from home. You should have had somewhat of a relationship with him before that.
Yeah.
And then she just said, like, he was always shy. I was surprised. He was shy.
The night that your husband goes... Okay, no, I have more things to say. Okay, the night that your husband goes missing, you just happen to, your car breaks down or whatever, you need some assistance, and your brother, the sheriff, happens to come out. What a perfect...
That you don't have a relationship
with. That you don't have a relationship with. Perfect alibi. Okay. Oh. I forgot my other point.
That's okay.
I got too excited.
Perfect alibi.
Perfect alibi. That she didn't hold a memorial for her husband? I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm like going back and forth in my head. I always try to see both sides of the story, so I'm trying to view it from her eyes. So if he really was abusive and terrible and poisonous to her, would she really want to celebrate his life? Or if she was a woman scorned and felt like he had run off with his girlfriend in Costa Rica, would I want to celebrate him? No. So that, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's
but if you're
also
going to declare him dead, if you truly believe that he's out there, I mean, she did it for the money.
The kids didn't want to hold him, like the Gladys and his kids didn't want to hold a memorial, probably because they don't feel like they have gotten closure yet for this. So
this is very reminiscent of Serial, where we'll just never know. That's why all these murder mysteries get
Serial
me.
podcast.
Yeah.
I never listened to those. You listen to them?
You didn't listen to Serial. Oh my gosh.
I heard they were good. I heard they were really good.
When I was flying around for interviews, I would just listen to them nonstop. Adnan Syed, did he do it? That's another episode. we'll get focused back on Carol.
We'll never know, though.
I know.
Dawn, so. Oh my God, the picture. Okay, so that was the picture you showed me, Naheed. And I said spoiler, and he was like, "What? They don't show this in the documentary." It was the one where she's holding her current husband by the leash, and he's like,
"Oh."
In the leopard outfit.
Oh my God. Do you?
They were pegging trials for sure.
Oh my God! Do you think that they were furries? Do you think they got into that? They did some cat play for sure.
I feel like you have to be. I mean, look at Bhagavan over here dressing his women up in little kitty furry.
I have to say, if she murdered him,
yeah,
I mean,
impressive. The acidity of Tiger's stomach can allow it to.
But if you think about a skull like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because
did they even search the lake? Like, there's like 100 acres over there. There's so much. I don't know if
I'm just trying to think when I was on safari, there was a pride of lions that had killed this like Cape buffalo outside of our tents, and. I mean, they were eating it, but I don't know if they ate the bones. I mean, that's the part of it. They come and they eat as much as they want, like the whole pride comes. And so if you have a lot of them, a lot of cats, it would make sense. But would they eat like the skull? I mean, there's the like juicy brain and whatnot in there, so maybe it's like a treat for them. But you know what I mean? Like,
is their teeth fucking strong enough to pierce or to break a skull in half?
I think so. The jaws.
Yeah.
Of the big cats.
I could see that if you have like.
Wouldn't you just eat the meat?
If you have like
the bones,
even a dozen super hungry tigers, and you throw a body in there, or chop it up. I don't know how she could have done it though. Like,
but she did it so fast.
She must have had help.
And how would there be no evidence? And wouldn't their daughter have been there too? She was a volunteer. I mean, that's the other thing is I don't know the time frame of this and how old was their daughter during it. Maybe there'll be more, but.
I don't know.
I think she did it.
We'll find out, hopefully.
She's going to go a la OJ and write a book.
Yeah, I did it. How I got away with it.
If I did it.
If I did it. If I had done it.
I didn't do it, but if I did it.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction and discussion. We got 4 more episodes left. I'm excited.
Only 4.
I know. I don't want it to end.
Oh man!
But at the same time, I want to keep watching. I want to consume this. this content. Olu, you want to say bye? Gobi? No?
No, they're hungry.
Cats
They're
are
mad
hungry.
at us.
We got to feed these big cats. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and a big shout out to Joe Mags, Luis, Mike, Mr. Big, Ruby, Sean, Jesse, Smitty, Dane, Allison, Tristan, Carson, Diet Dan, Edward, Kelly Parks, Keyboard Junkie, NYR Fan, and ZJP. Thanks guys, we'll see you next week.